What's up everyone, my name is Harshil Mavani and in this video we take a look at the public static void main function inside your Java applications in 5 minutes. Well, hopefully less this time. So let's get started. Now, the public static void main, as the name suggests, is the main function. It is going to be the entry point into your applications. So your applications, they start executing from here. So they start executing from the main functions. No matter how simple or how complex, it will always start from the main function. This particular way of writing the function is standard. That is, it has to be public followed by static, void, main and string args. So you want an array of strings to be passed as a parameter to the main function. So when you're actually running your program, so when you do something like Java space my program, you have an option to pass arguments over here, which will in turn reach inside the args array. Obviously, you can name this anything you want. You can name it as args or argv, anything. But what is important to note is that when you're running your program, that is Java space my program, you're actually going to invoke the main function present inside this particular class that you claim. So when you say Java space my program space arguments if any, you're actually asking your compiler to go inside the program, to be specific, to go inside the my program class and search for the main function and pass it all these arguments. So this is exactly how your programs are run when you use this particular command. This name cannot be changed in any possible way. It has to be public static void main with a small m. You cannot have this main. This is simply wrong and it won't work, because when you're trying to run your program using the Java command, Java space my program, Java is internally programmed to search for this particular main and not this one. And as we know, Java is case sensitive, so these two are completely different. Moving ahead, let's talk about the arrangement of all these access modifiers and the return type. A brief introduction. Public denotes that any function or any classes or any other APIs can access this function. Static, as we discussed in the last tutorial, static refers to that this function is a class function and not an instance function. So every instance won't have a main function, but the class as of whole will have the main function. Let's discuss another reason as to why is the main method static. It was very clear that the main method had to be instantiated before any method. The question is that how can you call a method without having instances of the class that holds that method? You might still have that ambiguity that why not? Just instantiate the goddamn thing and call the function. But no, that's not how it works. The problem is that how will you know which constructor to invoke if you wanted to instantiate it? This is the fundamental problem. The only solution was to make the main method static. Void means no return type, main is the name, and string args is what we are going to pass if required. In this case, only the first two terms, that is static, public, can be interchanged if you want. Rest remains the same. So, to sum up, in Java programming language, every application must contain a main method whose signature is public static void main string args. The modifiers public and static can be written in either order, that is public static or static public, but the convention is to use public static as shown over here. The arguments, as we saw, that is the string array of args, can be named anything, but generally we choose args. You can name it anything. You can name it abc as well. There's no problem, there's no harm. And further, the main method is similar to the main function in C and C++. It is the entry point of your application and will subsequently invoke all other methods required by your program. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much. Please keep watching.